Hello everyone! This is the real story of the girl who never grew older. I heard this story from a close friend who was a doctor at a small clinic in a village in India. This is a true story that happened in the 1960s. A strange child was brought to the doctor's clinic. The child was a girl and she looked about 8 years old. Her parents were villagers and they were worried about their daughter because she wasn't growing like other children her age. The girl had all the developmental milestones, like talking, walking, and socializing, but she just didn't grow any taller. Her height and weight were the same when she was 8 years old as when she was born. She had no medical problems or illnesses, but she just never grew up. At first, the doctors were puzzled by the case, but they soon discovered that the girl's body was not aging or developing like a normal human being does. Her bones were not growing, and her organs were not maturing. She remained an 8-year-old girl forever. Her parents were distraught. They loved their daughter very much, and it was heartbreaking for them to see her remain a child when all the other children she grew up with became adults. At first, the girl's mother would bathe her and dress her, but as time went on, she couldn't even lift her up anymore. So she had to hire people to help take care of her. But even then, nobody could take care of her for more than a few months. It was very hard to find someone willing to take care of an 8-year-old girl who would never grow up. As the years went on, the girl's condition became a local mystery. People from neighboring villages came to see the girl, and many different doctors tried to figure out what was wrong with her. Some people said that the girl was cursed, while others said that she was a reincarnation of a young girl who died in a nearby lake years ago. Nobody knew what to make of her, but everyone agreed that she was a medical marvel. Finally, the girl's parents gave up and abandoned her. They were too old to take care of her, and nobody else wanted to. So she spent her last years alone in a small hut in the village. Many years later, a medical researcher heard about the girl and went to the village to investigate. He examined her and found that she was in perfect health. She just didn't grow up. The medical researcher took pity on her and brought her to a hospital in the city. He wanted to keep her alive and try to figure out what was wrong with her. He kept her in the hospital for several years, but he never found an answer. He named her the girl who never grew up and wrote about her in medical journals. People from all over the world came to see her, but nobody could help her. Then one day, the girl died. The medical researcher was heartbroken. He had cared for her for many years, and he never figured out what was wrong with her. He autopsied her and found that her internal organs were the same as those of an 8-year-old girl. But there was something else. He found out that she was pregnant. The girl had been pregnant for years, but nobody had ever noticed. She had a small bump in her abdomen, but it was always hidden under her clothes. The medical researcher was shocked. How could she be pregnant? She hadn't had sex. And if she was pregnant, where were the babies? He performed a hysterectomy and found 2 fetuses in her womb. They were both male and both about 8 inches long. The medical researcher was horrified. The girl had been pregnant for years, and she had miscarried at least twice, but she had never shown any signs of labor or delivery. He found out that she had given birth to 2 boys, but they died shortly after birth. The girl's body had rejected them, but not before they grew to be about the size of 8-year-olds themselves. The medical researcher was scared, but he knew that he had to do something. He called the police and told them to come to the hospital. When they arrived, they found the girl's body and the 2 dead fetuses. The police investigated and found out that the girl had been raped by a man from the village. He had done it so many times that she couldn't remember. The man was arrested and the girl's body was buried. But the story doesn't end there. The man who had raped the girl was also an 8-year-old. He had been abused by a man from the village when he was a child, and he had never grown up either. The police were horrified. They had never seen anything like this before. The man was taken to a mental institution, and the girl's grave was marked with a new headstone. It read, "Here lies a girl who never grew older and a boy who never grew up." Thank you for listening. Please share your thoughts in the comments below.